guys, my name is Tanya and welcome to my winter everyday natural makeup routine where I can show you how to achieve this look. Thanks for joining me and I hope you enjoy the video. Good morning. It is currently 6 a.m. and I am just about to get ready for class. I've been breaking out a little bit just because I've been doing this new routine with skin cycling. I've been doing a retinol that causes like purging at the beginning, so that's what I've been like kind of going through right now. Today is my moisturizing day, so I have a lot of moisturizing products, which is perfect. It'll be really good for my skin to just absorb all these good nutritious things. So the first product I'm gonna go in with is the Ordinary Niacinamide. The next thing that I use is the COSRX Centella Blemish Cream. I just put this on like my blemishes just to add a little bit more moisture and just to tone down the redness a little bit, which I think helps as well. Next thing that I use is the Advanced Snail Mucin Power Essence by COSRX, and this is so moisturizing, so it is really good for the winter, especially with like retinol. It's just like so drying. And then the last thing that I do is I put on moisturizer, and this one is the CeraVe one. I literally got this from Costco and it's lasted me like quite a while. Just try and put like a thin even layer because I realized that I was over moisturizing my skin a little bit like last semester, and so I think that's what caused like more breakouts. But I don't know, I already have like so many other moisturizing products. I don't want to overwhelm my skin. And so that's kind of the last of like the skincare portion. I kind of try and let it sit for like 5 to 10 minutes just so then there like isn't pilling, and then like making sure that my skin absorbs everything. What I do in the meantime, usually I would do my hair, but I kind of did my hair the night before. I also try and moisturize my lips, and I've been loving the Laneige Sleeping Mask in Grapefruit. My cousin got this for me and it's literally like I barely made a dent because I don't like use a lot. Okay, now that my skincare has been sitting on my skin for a little bit, I will then go in with a tinted moisturizer. This one is from La Roche-Posay. I hopefully am saying that right. But it's also like tinted, so I think it like kind of helps with like the natural look. I'm not a big person on foundation. I do have like a bunch of serums and everything like that, but I never really do any like heavy full coverage foundations, especially for an everyday like routine. And it has 50 SPF, which is like really helpful. And even though I think today is even just like cloudy, so I probably don't even like will see an ounce of sunlight, but gotta protect your skin like this. And make sure to blend it down to my neck as well. And then I also like to let this absorb like a little bit. So what I do next is I will do my brows. I don't really do too much to my eyebrows just because like they are quite prominent already, and like I've already had like a lot of comments from my friends where they're just like, you have really dark eyebrows, and I'm just like, is that a good thing? I don't really know. I kind of just use gel, and I use the NYX The Brow Glue. Honestly, a lot of people like rave about this, but for some reason, I don't know what it is. I think my eyebrows are just like super stubborn. I could probably use like a hair gel like the Got2b one that like so many people use, just because like the tails of my eyebrows, like right there, it just like goes down. I also really like that brow gel just because it doesn't like sit on my skin and it's like tacky or is wet. Okay, next up I use, this is probably like really weird, but I use blush next because I saw this one TikTok where a girl used blush underneath like all of her concealer and everything, and it kind of like made her like contoured her face in a certain way. And like honestly, I have a very round face, and one thing that I've been trying to do is just like enhance my features rather than like counteracting them, if that makes any sense. I don't know if you know like Devon Aoki from Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift. She is beautiful. In a lot of her pictures, the blush that she uses, it like kind of goes on the apples of her cheeks and kind of goes down a little bit as well, kind of enhancing like her cheeks and everything like that, because I guess she has more of a rounder face, which I can relate to. So I've just been trying to like channel that, I guess, and I've been kind of trying to embrace having chubby cheeks, and that's totally fine. So I'm using the Quo Beauty Featherweight Cream Blush, and it is in the color Dreamy 73. Originally, I got this so that it would be like a dupe for the Rare Beauty one, but I got the wrong one. But luckily I still really like it, and it's super pigmented, which is like kind of crazy. So I kind of just like put it on my hand a little bit, and then I just dot it on my face. And I put a little bit on my nose just because I think it's like kind of cute. Definitely put too much on, but that's okay. So I take a fluffy brush and I just blend that out. So now that I look like very crazy, very red, honestly I would probably even add more blush like after I'm done foundation and everything like that, just because like I am a fiend for blush. But you can see that it kind of just like makes my cheeks rounder, and like I kind of like it. And it's kind of funny because like whenever I try to do different looks where my hair is like slicked back so my face is just like super prominent, it like makes me look like a baby, and I like want to look like a baddie. I just want to look hot. Like I don't know if that's like a common occurrence, but like I want to look hot, but I just don't have that like vibe. And I was talking about it with my friends, and they basically were just like, okay, there are two different types of girls. It's either you're cute and pretty or you're hot and sexy, and I just fit under the cute and pretty category. And I don't know, it's just like not me. I cannot like act sexy or anything like that. Like it's so funny. Anyways, so then I would go next with the Tarte Shape Tape in the color Light Medium Sand. I literally don't use a lot of this. Like I use a very tiny amount because it's very full coverage, but it's like it's nice for like acne scars sometimes, and my under eyes as well. I'll literally put like a tiny little dot under my eyes, and then wherever I need like a little bit of help. I don't even put like concealer directly on it because I feel as though it just like blends away, so I put it like near it and then I blend it into where I want it. I am not a makeup guru, so any of this advice is just like what I do. And what I do next is I just add like a little bit of serum that are like in the areas that I want to have a little bit more like even coverage. I use the Ordinary Serum Foundation, the lightweight one, and it's in light neutral. Just like put a little bit like in small areas, but I want to have a little bit more coverage. I also look like a little bit crazy, but I feel like it's always a trust the process with makeup. And then I'll take a small, I'm pretty sure this is for eyeshadow. I just took it from my mom, so I have no idea what it is. It says Real Techniques 305, so that is the brush that I'm using. And I will go in on the concealer and just tap it in. Okay, so it's like kind of blended, but then I just go in with my finger. I just tap it in so that everything is nice and blended on my face. And then I'll take this flat brush and I'll kind of just blend it out even more. Honestly, with makeup, I kind of have like no idea what I'm doing, but this works for me. So now that it's all blended out, the next thing that I use is the Bare Minerals Blemish Rescue Skin Clearing Loose Powder Foundation, and it's in the shade Neutral Ivory. I feel as though it's like a little bit dark for me right now because it's like in the winter, but I really like this product just because it's like very lightweight and it's not very drying at all, which I really appreciate. And just on like certain places that I might need like a little bit more coverage, and the places that I get like especially oily throughout the day. And like you can still see my blemishes, like, which I think is fine. It's okay to have acne, and I've had acne my entire life, so I'm like quite empathetic to just like my own acne and just giving myself a little bit of like self-compassion. I've been having this problem my entire life, so I might as well just embrace it. Next thing I do is curl my lashes, and I use the Revlon eyelash curler because I feel like it's decently flat enough. Okay, it doesn't look flat, but it's decently flat enough for like Asian eyes is what I found, so I like to use it. I literally like go straight to the base and I just like squeeze and turn. I don't know there's like an influencer that like did this recently and everyone was like freaking out at how her eye looks and everything, and I'm like, I do that. My lashes are just like super stubborn, so it takes me a little bit to curl the lashes to make sure they stay up. All right, so they are curled enough, and I work on one eye at a time just because I don't want the curl to fall. Next I go in with the Maybelline Total Temptation waterproof mascara. It's pretty old honestly, but I feel as though that's when mascara works the best. So I just like really take off the excess mascara because I also feel like it weighs down my lashes because my lashes are very like short, so then there's like barely any mascara on this, and then I will go in at the base and literally like do as little mascara as possible at the beginning, and then I can layer a little bit more on afterwards. I also have this huge problem of my mascara just literally sitting on my face at the end of the day, just because like I think it's my eye shape, because like my lashes are basically touching my upper eyelid, and then like when I close my eyes my eyelashes touch my bottom eyelid, so then, like at the end of the day I'll literally look like I've been crying. So then I'll let that stay on my eyelashes and I'll work on the next one. And the thing is, like, you can kind of barely see my eyelashes anyways, but I still feel like pretty when I put on mascara. I don't know if everyone else feels that way. I feel girly and cute. And then I'll just go in with a second layer. And that is my mascara done. Not much of a difference, very natural. Honestly, I kind of wish that I was a false lash girly, but I am not, unfortunately. I think it's the way that I put them on my eyes. It just does not look right. It's probably not the lashes fault. Like, I'm probably just using 1, the wrong lashes, 2, putting them on wrong, and 3, I just like, I don't know. I'm just like really self-critical. The natural look just like has always looked better on me by default. So maybe I should just accept that I could probably only put on lashes if I'm going out or something like that. But that's fine. We are living with it, and I still really like the way my makeup looks. So the last thing that I do in my routine is sometimes I put on like a lipstick, and if I do, I will put on this one from Fenty Beauty, and it's in the color Uncuffed, and it's the Stunna lip paint. I've had this for a while actually, and like I don't put it all over my lips, but I will put on like little dots on here, on here, on here, and I'll dab it in. So this is the finished look. Super easy, super simple. This is how I look when I go to class every single day. I hope you guys enjoyed, and thank you for joining me on this early morning. I hope you have a good day, good night, a good life, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!